Hey, we're back. Indy Magic Girls Basketball Show. I know it's been a while, but we're finally back. I was able to play a season and kind of navigate through this pandemic. But I was happy that we was able to do so. But show is back. We're here and about to introduce my next guest, uh, Lafayette. McCutcheon High School point guard. I just love how this kid plays. Amazing energy, very coachable, very, very competitive. Teresa Maggio. So I'm looking forward to getting her on and ready to get back to it.
I'm here.
She's on here. She's on here. What's happening? What's going on?
Nothing much. How about you?
Yeah, I'm here chilling, getting some work done and just hanging out, actually, and enjoying a weekend off.
Yes.
So everything's good.
Yeah, me too. I actually just started school, so you caught me in between homework. So yeah.
All right, good. I was just about to ask you, like, how's it been since school started? Like, is it normal? Is it weird?
I didn't hear you.
There you go.
Oh, okay. It's been good. It's been good. School's really different, but we have an e-learning day on Wednesday. Just I hope we don't go home, but I like it. I wasn't ready to get that much homework on my first day, but it's fine. It's fine. It's life.
Well, you know what, obviously, being a teacher myself, like now, like that we on this either, e-learning or hybrid stuff. Like we're trying to get you guys as much work as possible so you don't fall behind. So I feel the teachers on that. What's the situation with you guys? Got to wear a mask all day or what?
Yeah, we have to wear it all day. We get to take it off at lunch, but besides that, we have to wear it all day.
Okay, all right. It's good that at least they're trying to keep you guys as safe as possible. Watching some football games yesterday, I see e-learning in our future.
Oh, I know. I know. They're too close, but it's whatever. I mean, I personally don't want to go to e-learning, but I can see it happening.
Yeah, yeah. So, kind of talk about this. This we were able to have a season, which I'm very thankful for, but it was very weird. But kind of talk about it and how you think we played as a team.
Well, honestly, I was ready to go back March 13th, and I was so excited because I was a Shamrock weekend. And so I was ready to go. And then all my friends that play volleyball and stuff were like, our stuff's getting canceled. I'm like, that's volleyball. That's why. Basketball will get canceled because we're tough. And literally the same day I told that to them, they started laughing because I found out everything was canceled. And I was like, well, oh well. So then we came back early June, I think, and then we played through August, a couple of weeks into August, and it was good. We obviously had to wear masks into the tournament and stuff, but I mean, I feel like overall, I was glad we got stuff in at all because I was afraid we were going to lose a whole season, and with it being my sophomore year of AAU, I didn't want to lose that. So I mean, I don't know. I personally think as a player, it worked out well. I don't like we had to wear it in and out of the building, but besides that, I think we didn't have to wear it while we played. So I'm fine with it.
Right. Yeah. And kind of thinking back now, like, because we're part of, the Blue Star League and Chris Menning, I thought did an amazing job on, the procedures and the precautions and all that. And actually Blue Star was one of the only, events that was able to operate. So,
Yeah.
I thought that was huge in how he did stuff. Um, just kind of talk about those events and how even though like teams didn't get to come from hot spots, like it was still like extremely competitive and we just got a lot out of it.
Right. Yeah, like you said, Blue Star was the only league that did theirs. I don't think UIVL did anything. And Under Armour and them, but we did stuff, and a lot of teams didn't come, so the Blue Star bracket was different. Like we didn't play how like you get seated and then you play a whole bracket. It was more like you get placed by your pool play. So, I mean, I was just glad we had any of it all, but we still had teams from California and Colorado and stuff come to Indy to play. So I personally think it was just as competitive as it would have been if we didn't have the COVID-19 pandemic. But I was just glad that we were able to still play other Blue Star teams, because that's one thing I was looking forward to, is playing in the Blue Star League. So I was grateful for that.
Yeah, no doubt. I thought it was, amazing. This is, our third year in it, and it's always competitive. It's always hard. You see, every level from, obviously power fives to mid majors, E2 all the way down. So, it's always, really competitive, and I love that. But to move away from AAU for a minute, but like so this past high school season, you had to sit out, kind of talk about, how that was for you, and like how you grew, just kind of sitting there watching, like kind of just tell us about how that was for you.
Right. Like I've said before, it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Cause I mean, I'm serious. Like, basketball has like been like a big constant in my life since like 5th grade, like when I started playing travel. So it's always been something I do year round. And then to take that away from me for like 5 months, and it's worse that I had to watch everyone else do it. Like, I stayed with my team and decided to practice. So I was in practice, and then I just go sit on the bench and cheer on everybody else. And
Right.
like, I think the things I learned from it though is I got to see the game more from a coach's perspective, and sit on the bench like by them and listen to like what their thoughts are during a game. I think it's actually helped my like seeing the floor, because like I was able to watch like our other point guard, Dalen. I was able to watch her, how she operated, and see stuff, that I wouldn't normally see, obviously, if I was on the court. And then I feel like when I was finally able to come back, I expanded my knowledge of the game and was able to see those things that I don't know if I saw before. So it was really hard, but I'm glad I got through it. I don't think I would have gotten through it if it weren't for the girls and that, because they were a lot of the ones that talked me into staying and practicing anyways. But we were able to pull it together and have a good sectional run. So I got something out of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you spoke a little bit about Dalen. She was talking about Dalen Thornton. Dude, she's a freak athlete, man. She's really good. A lot of people are sleeping on her, so she's gonna have a breakout season.
Yeah, I agree.
She's gonna have a crazy good season. Like she's a really really good player. And like I said, we were fortunate to get her, and she played with us this past season. And man, I wish we would have got her. Well, all you guys, I wish we would have got a lot sooner. But don't sleep on Dalen Thornton. I'm telling y'all.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so you kind of got through that, but then finally the sectional came and you got to play. How was that like? Like how was your timing? How was just being out there?
It was actually awesome. So I don't know if like, but like our sectional got pushed back a week before. So like where I had to wait 365 days from the last time I played a varsity sport. Thank God I decided not to play spring sport, because I almost did. And I didn't, because I was like, I have travel anyways. So I didn't play spring sports. So it was like January 29th was the last day, and sectionals got pushed back a week later. So Coach Kanoy, he got a game like the 30th against Pike. So I had one game going into sectionals, and it really wasn't like, it was nerve-wracking because it was my first game and it was at the end of the year and it was everybody else's like 30th. But besides that, like, working with the girls, it wasn't weird at all, because I had practiced with them the whole year. Like, I think if like I had just jumped into it like that last week and didn't like get to know them throughout the year and stuff, it would have been a lot weirder. But like, I've already getting that chemistry and practice, it was a lot like smoother of a transition. And sectionals was awesome. We drew like a tough team right off the bat, and we had gotten beat by them earlier in the year. So it was something we really wanted to do, to just be spiteful and go and win it, and we did. And one thing we laugh about is Coach Kanoy, he predicts everything at our school. Like, if like, he'll predict 2-hour delays, he'll predict cancellations and stuff. And so we were asking him, he goes, I bet we beat them by 5. And we were up by 3, and then I got free throws with a few seconds left, and I hit him, and then we beat him by 5. everybody was freaking out. So it was weird, but it was a great run, and I was really grateful that I stayed and got to play with those girls.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Kanoy too, man. He does an unbelievable job. I really like how he always has you guys ready to play, and you guys are always competing. I like that. I don't know him personally, but we've talked before, and obviously I follow you guys, so shout out to Coach. So let's go back to AAU a little bit. How do you feel you played this? Well, I can't say this spring, but this summer.
I actually think I played really well. I think I expanded a part of my game that I never had before. I think prior to our Indy Magic team, I was more of like a creative point guard, kind of creating shots for myself as well. And I think this year I took my defense to another level. I think that my staying in the passing lanes, like you always tell me to do, I think I've learned to do that a lot better. I think my assisting game has really expanded too, just like turning my head, looking up the court, and kicking it to the girl that's open, and just seeing the court better than I ever have before. And I think that with this team, I was able to see that better, especially playing with Bridget Dunn. It was like one of the first times I played with like a 6'4" big, so it was really nice to have that dynamic as well. So.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of the things I told you, like last fall, when you came here, I said, hey, like it's not going to be, it's going to be as easy as you make it. I was like, because I'm going to challenge you. I'm always going to challenge you to defend, make the right plays and stuff like that. And the one thing I could say about you that I really appreciate and I really love, and I know Coach Parkinson at IUPUI, which we'll get to him in a minute, but I know what he'll really appreciate is how coachable you are, because there wasn't anything that I told you that you didn't listen to, or anything I didn't show you on film that you didn't dissect and change. Like, in the beginning, like you said, you were more of a, create, for yourself, kind of, I don't want to say shoot first point guard, but playmaking point guard. And so I told you, I'm like, okay, like you're driving into 6'2" and 6'3" girls. I'm like, it's not going to work. And, at first you were kind of just like, I'm not going to say he was kind of like, man, I got this. Like, what are you talking about? And then over and over and over again. And then you changed it. And then defensively, I'm like, listen, like you really got to get up in guards and pressure them. And then like your steals went up and everything went up. So, there's not nothing that a coach doesn't tell you that you don't listen to. So I think that's really important. And, that's something that, obviously as a point guard leading the team, that's going to be huge. So, that's good. And, and just to, kind of, talk about, your season, I thought that you ran the team well. I thought that, you really learned I don't want to say it was a half system, because we didn't really have anything installed, but like what we did have, you learned right away, and you knew where people were supposed to be, you knew who to get the ball to, you knew all of that. So, that's huge, and that's going to be good for you going into the next year. And I also think that, you sitting out that year, your basketball IQ just enhanced, so you just kind of got all that stuff. So, so that's huge. So we talked about what you did well. What do you think you need to work on?
What I need to work on is definitely a pull-up jumper. I actually used it a few times this year, which is something my parents would be freaking out about, because they always wanted to use more pull-up jumper. But I mean, I'm always like first to get to the rim, because I've always been like a Euro type person, Euro reverse layup, anyway, to like create a shot at the rim. And I mean, it normally works most of the time, but like a lot, like you said, as you get older and the girls get bigger and the trees get taller down there, it's better to have that jump shot. And I do think I got a little bit better at it this year, but that's something I definitely want to work on, as well as just my three and creating like my three better, like step backs and things like that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, I think all of those things, because you're a really good 3-point shooter. But I think you kind of figured out, especially being in the Blue Star League, like those girls are so tall and so long, like you have to really work and pick your spots, where you're going to get shots. And so, where I thought you did a really good job in using the offense to, to get you open. So now that you know all of that stuff going into next spring, like you're going to be able to get, a ton of shots off. And plus, like I said, you started getting it to the point where, we get open and then like you shoot it a little deeper,
Mm-hmm.
and so, but the one thing that I personally see, I know this isn't about me, but one thing I really want you to continue getting better at, and that's something that we'll work on here, in the fall is reads off the ball screen, because
Mm-hmm.
at the college level, like you're gonna have that a lot, whether it's pick and roll, pick and pop, all that stuff. And I thought we did a good job. Some of it obviously is on me, like probably should have called more pick and roll situations, but we didn't really know anything. So
Right.
so it was hard at times, but we'll work on that, because I think that's gonna be, something where, just because how good you are with the ball, making those reads, man, it's gonna be huge for you.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna talk about IUPUI, but before we do that, like, when I first saw you, like when you first came into the gym, I was kind of like, man, who's this little kid? I was like, man, she's competitive. I was like, she's competitive, she works hard. And then I'm like, I'm seeing you fight out there. I'm seeing you compete. I'm seeing you, get to the rim. I'm seeing you hitting these shots. I'm like, oh my God, that's Holly Hoopengardner.
Oh
I'm like,
my God.
Hoopengardner. And I went to Kelvin. I said, hey, I said, that's Hoop. I said, she don't hulk out like Hoop, but I'm like, yo, that's Hoopengardner. And so, I was just like I was just like, obviously, Holly's like, you know what
Oh
I'm saying?
my God.
You ain't there yet, but like
Okay,
you
she's got years on me though.
she does,
So
she does. But I was just like, man, I was like, yo, I'm like, yo, she play. I'm like, yes, I'm like her, like she's gonna be cool. I'm like, she's gonna be straight. And then it just so happens, like, and then you're like, oh yeah, I really like IUPUI. And I'm like, okay, like, okay, like this is cool. So but I just added that in there. But why IUPUI? Like, you really liked them from the jump.
yeah. Well, I mean, obviously every little basketball girl's dream is to play D1. And I mean, everyone wants to see, where they can, go, whatever, but like to me, IUPUI was always like a school that stood out to me because they're D1. And Coach Parkinson, shout out to Coach Parkinson.
Yeah, shout
Uh,
out to Coach
he
T.
like such a great guy. I mean, it's kind of the same thing that like I liked about the Magic is like what all the girls had to say about the program, like how all the girls at IUPUI and all the girls at Magic, and you're 3 players at Magic from that go to IUPUI.
It's not a it's not a pipeline, I swear. It's just one of
No,
those things that happen.
it seems like it's a pipeline, but it's not. But no, like they all have great things to say about the program, about Coach Parkinson. I mean, I haven't met one person that like doesn't like IUPUI or Coach Parkinson, and everyone has good things to say. And so, I mean, I'm looking on Twitter, and I'm like, me and my parents, we did research on like schools I'd want to go to, and that was always one of the top ones, just because of it's also close to home, so I can have family come to games if I want. People that I know can come. It'll stay in the state. I can see my sisters grow up. Also, school, the academics are great there, so I know that I think I can study what I want to go into there. And just the basketball team obviously is, I mean, top of the line in Horizon League. They were going to go to the NCAA tournament. I think they'll make more appearances. So and Coach Parkinson being a point guard coach was something I really liked as well. So those are the reasons. Yeah, so I was kind of shocked when I was excited. I was like, I don't know what to do because that's where I want to go. So I didn't want to waste it.
Yeah, not it, and kind of talk about how, because you kind of talked about, the connection too. Like, obviously, like I say, it's really not a pipeline; it just happened that way. But like, Rachel McLemore, was there. Holly was there. And, Destiny Perkins is there. Like, and obviously they play for the Magic. Kind of talk about how, especially with them being there and being in it. Kind of talk about how you connected with some of them.
Yeah. So Holly coached Matea's team, my little sister's team. So I kind of talked to her from that. Just like when she came to our game a few times, I asked her, what she thought or whatever, and she was talking about some of the things that like she sees when I'm playing. So I talked to her about that, and then Rachel and also Madison Wise were there one of our games against the Wisconsin Lakers and the Blue Star stuff.
Yeah.
And and so Rachel just walked up, and Abby Abel as well was there, and Rachel was like, "Oh, you had a great game," and so I was like, "Thanks." That we just talked for like an hour. So all the girls were approachable, like all of them had amazing things to say about the program. Even Rachel transferred there from and she still had that like connection, and he was willing, he took her back, and
Yeah.
so they all had amazing things to say, and then obviously you thought it was a good decision, and me and my family talked about it, thought it was a good decision. So it's not a pipeline, but it's kind of a pipeline. So it was good to talk to them about it.
Yeah. And kind of, hey puppy, my dog's in here. And also kind of going back to that too, like we always stress, like, the first day you came, like we stress we really are a family, what I'm saying, here at the Magic. And I'm like you're not going to understand it until you actually experience it. And so all those players that you mentioned, and even the ones before, like, like Abby Abel played, she played for us, and obviously, went on to walk on, at Purdue. She could have went, anywhere else, but, Purdue was always like, her dream. So, so she went there, and, so now, she's back, and, she's on our coaching staff. And, it's just like, to me, like, nothing makes me more proud, than to have, the alums come back and still, be a part of it. But, kind of speaking on that, talk about how it was having, Big Ten experience on the bench, like coaching you through, some of these games with Abby being on the bench.
Yeah, it was good. Abby always had good things to say, whether it was like to like attack more, or what, or how to attack, or like what I'm not seeing, or like what I should be seeing, or defensively. She always had like something to say. I thought her subbing was good. She did the subs pretty well. So it was good having her on the bench, and also in practice working on drills and ball handling. She definitely knows what she's doing. It was great to learn from her, and I actually miss her, and I hope she's here too. So
Yeah. Nah, you're gonna see a lot of her this fall. She's transitioning, into her job and stuff like that. But nah, she's definitely gonna be around. So now, me personally, I feel like it's a no brainer. Like, I feel like you are going to be a junior Indiana All-Star. Like I feel that. I know you're gonna work, your butt off to get there, but like I feel you're gonna do that. But like, you know what, you know, what do you think you have to do in order to, show that, you know, in my opinion, and many people's opinion, like you already are in that group. Um, but how can you separate yourself to make sure that there's no doubt? Because now, and we hit on this a lot, in our program. Like, it doesn't matter about the rankings and all that stuff, but it kind of does in a way. So how can you separate yourself to make sure that you're going to be in that conversation?
right. I think a lot of it is having a good school ball season as well, because that's what's coming up next. Um, I really want to keep. I feel like I like having an all-around game, and I feel like that's one thing that I can do to separate myself, is like not just be an offensive player, but a defensive player as well. Not just be a scoring point guard, but an assisting point guard as well. Doing all the dirty work. Like getting in among the trees and getting a rebound, or diving for a ball and stuff like that. I've always felt like those are the things that like people see, but like not a lot of people want to do. So those are the things I've always wanted, always liked to do. Yeah, I just think a lot of it is having an all-around game for me. I think that's one thing that like is different. I don't like to just do one thing. I like to do a lot of things. So yeah, also school ball, and then having a good AAU season as well this year would be two important things as well.
Yeah. I don't I don't want to look ahead too much, but I'm excited for that because I think I really truly believe that's going to happen to you. But okay, so back to IUPUI for a minute. What is Coach Parkinson, kind of telling you, he wants you working on?
Yeah, we've talked about it. Also, ball screens, like how I go off of a ball screen. I think a lot of it is we've talked about my pull-up jumper as well. Things like that. Those are the main things, working on coming off of screens and seeing someone off the screen as well, and also just making good decisions on when I'm driving to the basket. And my footwork with my three, which that goes along with a pull-up jumper. But yeah, I think the main thing we've talked about is my shot. Just getting a pull-up jumper in there, kind of like at the elbow, or even just like a mid-range floater. Just before you get into the trees, sometimes you just pull up. It's better. Sometimes it's better to pull up than get your head knocked off. But yeah, and he also has me right now reading a book about leadership. So I guess that's part of the conversation. Not a huge reader, but the book's actually pretty good. It's called Mindset, and I'm reading that, and it's actually good. I think it's very interesting. So
yeah, now he's giving you point guard knowledge. That's good stuff. And
it is good stuff.
I know sometimes, and like I said, you gotta be a leader. Obviously, at my size, I wasn't a big guy either, but like, playing point guard and my dad being in the military, and coming from a family of pastors, like leadership is just something that's natural. And so like that's what I kind of try to instill in all of you, especially when like we're kind of facing some adversity, and I might do the jump stop.
Oh my
when I'm when I'm mad, or
went back watching that game, and I was like, here it is.
Yeah, my players at university make fun of me about that too, but I don't know if I cussed them out as bad as I've cussed you guys out a couple times. So,
That was the worst us out in that game.
hmm?
That was the worst you've cussed us out that game. You were mad.
We turned it around pretty quick though.
We turned one.
Yeah, I try to, everybody that's out there, listen. I try to refrain from profanity.
Oh gosh, we try.
Yeah, we try. So, you like to have a lot of fun. You like to dance. You like to, do all that stuff. So what's your what's on your playlist right now? Who's your favorite artist?
I could not tell you my favorite artist. I just love too many different artists. Like, and you're gonna laugh, but too many different genres. Like, okay. I could go listening to Johnny Cash to like Maroon 5 and like literally a song. Like, it's just, it changes. It's like I listen to everything. I just like, I can rap. Yeah, I know I can rap. So sometimes I like listen to rap songs, and then sometimes I'll just go and just sing the next time. Like, Coach Parkinson also told me to watch Hamilton, so that's definitely on my playlist right now. So it just like, it's like a daily thing. It just depends on my mood, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on some things, man. A lot of what I listen to is, and like I said, it's kind of crazy, coming from a family of pastors, that I listen to the hard stuff that I listen to. Like, I'm all about Young Dolph. You know, I got to get away from that, man. That's fight music. I gotta stop with that. What about Netflix? What you watching?
Well, we don't have Netflix, so we have Hulu, and I am binging Law and Order SVU. It's amazing.
Law and Order.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you find that watching that show, you actually learn more about the law?
Yes. Yes, because it's funny you say that because my brother, he was talking about, because like he's actually thought about going to law school, and he was talking about, I said, you're not going to know jack squat, and I'm going to know more than you because I watch Law and Order and you don't. And he was like, that doesn't mean anything. I'm like, yes, it does. I can Mirandize you. Like, I know that. Like, you know, when someone's under arrest, like I memorized it because I've watched too many episodes. It's just how it is.
All right. Well, I'm definitely gonna make sure I don't break the law in front of you.
And Dance Moms. I watched Dance Moms with my sisters over quarantine, and that was some legit stuff.
Yeah, you know that I, I've seen that. That could get they get after each other, man.
It's funny though. It's very amusing.
It is. It is. Uh, so then this would trip you out because I was crying laughing when I saw this. So when you saw the video of Day lit up coming out of the hospital from getting her wisdom teeth taken out, we're talking about Dalen Thornton here. She got her wisdom teeth taken out. How did you react when you saw that?
I like laughed for like 10 minutes because that's just hilarious to see her like that. Because first of all, it's not a lot different than how she normally is. She's just normally like that. But the fact that she was repeating herself, go Mavs, go Mavs. I was like, switch it up. Like, there's other things you could say, like MCC or something. But I was done.
He was representing though, so gotta give her you got to give her that. Yeah, shout out to Dalen, man. I know it's gonna be a while, you know. Wisdom teeth. Luckily, I didn't have to have mine out. Mine grew in perfectly, all four of them. Yeah, so you know, maybe that's why I got a big mouth.
It's possible.
So yeah, so you know, but before I let you go, you know, kind of going into like, you know, the fall training and working out as a team and things like that. Um, you know, we have you know, obviously, you know, we just recently had some changes. So, you know, we have to adjust a little bit, but you know, I'm really excited because, you know, we've already gotten better in a lot of areas. So, you know, you're gonna have to do more. You know, because like I said, you know, Bridget Dunn being, you know, being a 2021, you know, 6'4" athletic, runs the floor, and then, you know, Lexi being a shooter, you know, Aubrey being an all around player, and Addie, you know, doing what she does. Um, you know, so it's, you know, it's hard, and then, you know, obviously, um, you know, Kate's scoring ability. So like, you know, we got better in a lot of areas, and I feel like, you know, you, Ryan, you know, being, you know, playing together and already knowing each other, like I already think like you guys are going to take your game to the next level, and everybody that, you know, everybody that we have coming back, I think it's going to be really good. But what are some things in the fall that you really think that we need to hit on, you know, before we break away for school ball?
Mm-hmm. One of the biggest things is working on defense. I think defense is a big part of, especially AAU. I mean, sometimes it can be hard, you know, not knowing each other as well. Sometimes, you know, not knowing if they want you to switch on the screen or not. So, I mean, stuff like that. I mean, we don't have to get, not everybody has to get 1,000 steals, but it's more like jumping after rebound once the ball goes up, or like jumping to the ball like when it switches, or you know, talking, communicating, like who is taking, like who's, if we're switching or not, like do you want me to, do you not want me to, I mean, and then switching back if we have to. So I think that's a big thing, and then bringing the ball down and not keeping it over your head, obviously, too.
Mm-hmm.
And just working on our plays and stuff. I think doing that also, it helps us get to know each other's games better too. We get, you know, who wants what read off of the play, and so those are some of the main things I think that will be good to work on for our team going into next year.
No, I agree. I agree. So, last question before I let you go. What is the funniest thing to date that Coach Parkinson has said to you?
Oh my, the funniest thing to date. Okay, I got it. It's actually recent. So I told him that I watched Hamilton, And I said, and he's like, wasn't it great? And I was like, it was pretty good. And he was like, pretty good? What is your problem? I said, no, I mean, it was good. Like, but like, there was some cussing and stuff in it. He goes, I told you that. And I said, I know you did. I'm just saying. And I go, I don't know if all the personal stuff is true. And he goes, it is. I said, so he really had an affair on his wife. He goes, yeah. And I said, well, that's disappointing. He goes, Teresa, I didn't tell you to model your life after him. I just told you to watch the movie. It's like, okay. I guess that's a fair point. I'm just saying, I didn't know that.
Yeah, nah, that definitely sounds like him. Well, yeah, that's I could already hear how you said it and everything. But no, thanks for coming on. I'm looking forward to getting back in the gym, with you guys and getting back to work and preparing, getting you guys ready for school ball. And then, obviously, get you guys in the spring. We'll definitely be out there during the high school season. Coach Scott's out there. He has his healthy tour where he goes all the games and sees everybody. I try to get to him, but like I said, between my games and scouting and all that, I don't get to many of them. But definitely looking forward to, to getting out there and seeing you guys and, just to you, amazing job this summer. You're only gonna turn that up, going into high school season and then obviously in the spring. So, great job this summer, and like I said, I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for having me on. It was fun.
It was. Yeah, we got to do something about your playlist though. Like we gotta get you down to at least 2 or 3 genres, but we'll work on it.
No, that's perfect. I'm an all around music listener. This is how it is.
Yeah, I guess it makes you more well-rounded.
minus classical music. I can't stand classical music. That's it.
Oh yeah, that's risky.
Okay, sure it is.
I'll see you soon.
All right, I'll see you soon.
All right, see you.
Bye.